Hey guys, this is ParaMcCall18 and I'm doing another commentary just in case you haven't noticed. However, with this commentary, there's a little bit of a twist. It's a second degree commentary! Right, that's what it says on the title. I'm sorry. So, anyway, in my first second degree commentary, there's a username that goes by the name of Transformers Fan Code 328. I hope I said that right. He basically made a commentary on Game Trailer's review of Sonic Colors, which actually kicks ass, but he didn't give out further details of his examples that he used in his commentary. As for Game Trailers and their review for Sonic Colors, well, you'll find out in this video if they how well they fared. Oh yeah, just to inform everybody, I haven't played the Sonic games other than Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Heroes, Colors. Yeah, I said Colors. Shocking, isn't it? And also the classics, and I've also seen some clips of the certain Sonic games in there, here and there. Now, with that said, I would like Transformers fans to say hello to the audience.
Happy New Year! And with a new year, I bring you a new commentary.
Oh, hail Yami Bakura and his bastard ways.
Specifically on Game Trailer's Sonic Colors review. Without further ado, let's get on with the show.
Sega's got Sonic pulling overtime this year with several new titles landing back-to-back, the latest coming in the form of Sonic Colors.
Compared to the 1990s, there weren't nearly as many Sonic games this year. There were only 3. Sonic Force, Sonic Colors, and Sonic Freeriders.
True, but this year is just getting started, so we can't speak too soon about that. At least that's what I think.
This particular attempt to bring the Hedgehog into the realm of 3D is an improvement over other recent outings, but many of the same holdover issues from the Dreamcast days still keep Sonic from reaching full speed.
I should have said it at the beginning, but I'll cut it to when the guy talks again, because there's a lot of pauses in this.
Eggman's up to no good, again, and it's on Sonic and Tails to bring the good doctor to justice. After sneaking into the villain's new planetary theme park, Sonic and Tails discover that it's merely a front for capturing alien life forms and harvesting their rare powers. The duo quickly comes to their rescue and begins their adventure to thwart Eggman's hijinks. It's precisely the quirky sort of story that's become commonplace in Sonic games, filled with cheesy dialogue and slapstick comedy.
At least the slapstick comedy is actually funny. May I refer you to...
No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me!
And the hilarious spin-off joke by Dark Raven?
No coke in the universe is going to stop me!
And let's not forget about this funny moment that had me rolling on the floor laughing my ass off.
Seems an evil man, and you might know him, who they call Baldy Nosehair.
Baldy Nosehair! That's the best thing I've heard all day! I gotta remember that one.
It's well suited for younger audiences, but you'll be inclined to press the skip button more often than not.
I'm sure some adult fans stuck around to watch the cutscenes.
Hey, you see what I'm doing? You see what I'm doing? I'm raising my sword. That means I'm one of those adults who stuck around to the very end of the game to see all the cutscenes, damn it. Yeah.
The Sonic formula remains relatively untouched in Colors.
You mean the formula established in Unleashed, right?
Mind explaining some details of how the formula of Unleashed is displayed? Some people who haven't played any of the Sonic games may not know much of what you're talking about. You could have gave some examples like, in Unleashed, Sonic can drift during the running segments. Or, during the running segments, Sonic can swiftly move side to side to avoid oncoming attacks or objects that comes at him. See, if you said that and also shown them an example of how it's done, then most people would know what you're talking about.
Players will blaze through a series of themed worlds, each consisting of 6 levels and a boss encounter. There's plenty of extra content crammed in with hidden red coins to collect, a challenge mode, co-op levels, and the option to replay stages for better rankings. It's one of the longer Sonic games in recent memory, clocking in at around 5 hours for your first playthrough.
What? Sonic Unleashed was much longer than 5 hours.
Though you can tack on a few more if you're a completionist. Sonic does learn a few new tricks with a little help from his alien companions. Aside from his usual repertoire of jumping and running, new special power-ups grant Sonic unique abilities. You unlock them one by one as you progress through each world, and you can revisit earlier levels to access previously unreachable areas with your new powers. They're no doubt a welcome addition, but they end up feeling underutilized throughout the game.
Maybe because they're either optional or purely mandatory?
What could have been a source of much-needed variety ends up coming off as a squandered opportunity.
I actually agree with Transformer Fan here. Using the Wisp powers is actually optional whether you like to beat the game as soon as possible, or you can explore the levels for hidden paths and stuff.
New mechanics aside, there's still the old trial and error issue that's plagued the series.
What's so bad about trial and error? That's only plagued the Rivals game.
And how does trial and error plague the Sonic Rival series? Again, you got to explain more about what you mentioned, dude.
You'll frequently find your race to the finish line cut short by cheap hitches in the works, with blind spots as the key offender. The checkpoint system allows you to work through this fundamental flaw in the level design, but it doesn't make things any less frustrating.
Yes, it does. It's for a breather to make things easier. If you're frustrated by this game, you'll hate Mega Man.
Sonic Colors levels are a mix of 2D and 3D elements, with camera perspectives that shift frequently, allowing for varied playstyles. The controls during the free-range movement segments are atrocious. Sonic's about as responsive as a bag of cement.
Really? I thought he controlled just like Unleashed.
Is that supposed to be good or bad?
Other times, the action turns to the on-rails mechanic, resulting in a cinematic experience that's completely devoid of any sense of control.
So you're saying the game has either horde control or no control?
The side-scrolling segments are the most playable portions of the game, but even these are hindered by floaty, loose jumping mechanics. There's a reoccurring theme in Sonic Colors: relentless forward momentum with little sense of control.
Bullshit. The game controls kick ass in Sonic Colors, especially when you mentioned
The controls during the free-range movement segments are atrocious.
in that segment. I will admit it's kind of hard to get used to because Sonic has so much momentum. It can make it seem like the controls aren't as responsive as they should be. However, that doesn't mean that the controls are as bad as you say it is. As long as you practice on those segments, you'll be fine.
Sonic's new power-up abilities also suffer from control issues. Each serves a unique purpose that's required to progress in certain situations, but each also comes with its own set of headaches. Some are fun to use and work well enough, like the drill, but others you'll want to steer clear of beyond mandatory use.
Okay, just like what I said about the running segments in the game, controlling the Wisp powers aren't as bad as you say they are, you judgmental twat. If you know what the Wisp powers are, such as
Laser! Drill! Rocket! Spikes! Cube! Hover! Frenzy!
and actually took the time to find out how each Wisp powers work, then you can actually decide how good or bad the controls are when it comes to using any certain Wisps in the game.
At least the game supports multiple control options, though you'll want to stick with the traditional setups rather than employ the awkward motion controls.
I am not going to repeat myself, man. Screw that.
The high point of Sonic Colors is its visual presentation. Each zone has a unique theme with stunning environments, and there's plenty of action on screen at any given time. The soundtrack's quality swings back and forth with each new track. Some strike true with an upbeat vibe, while others, like the theme song, are downright annoying.
How is Reach for the Stars annoying?
You know, that is a damn good question you just asked there, Transformers fan. That is a good question. Matter of fact, let's ask the audience what's so annoying about this freaking opening theme.
Take off at the speed of sound. Bright lights, the colors all around. I'm running wild, living fast and free. Got no regrets inside of me.
ask me, I didn't find a damn thing that was annoying. But if you guys did find something that was at least a little annoying, then let me know.
As for the voice work, well, let's just say we wouldn't object to Sonic becoming a mute hero.
Great, now you guys are complaining about the voice acting? Face it, does it really matter what the characters sound like?
Hate to break it to you, but it does matter to some people. If you remember the whole "Fuck it, it's really Sonic" issue before this game, they said that the voice actors were terrible. But with the new voice actors for Sonic Colors, with good voice acting, such as this,
He loves to hear his own lips flap, but I gotta hand it to the Eggster. This place is epic. Everyone and their brother is gonna want to come here.
Gotta connect the Framastatic capacitor to the maximizing modulationizer. I wish I knew what you were saying, little guy. Or gal. Or whatever you are.
Ah, not nearly enough aliens.
Want us to get more?
No, I want you to get me a cheeseburger and a shake. That'll be easier. Cheeseburgers don't run as fast as them little alien varmints.
chances are not many people are gonna complain about it. Unlike game trailers! Freaking douches.
Apart from a few brief glimpses of hope, Sonic Colors is a bit of a disappointment. Haphazard levels and unresponsive controls have been the bane of 3D Sonic games,
I don't remember bad controls in the Sonic game.
and Colors does little to address these issues. It attempts to mask its shortcomings with shiny new trinkets that only briefly distract you from the glaring flaws.
The flaws only you notice.
Wait a minute, they noticed some flaws? I didn't see any flaws in the game. Oh yeah! They did notice some flaws. They noticed that they are hypocritical, judgmental douches that didn't even make an attempt to fully play the game in such a way to piss off the viewers. Yeah, they did notice something wrong, didn't they?
You're better off sticking with 2D Sonic.
You're better off acting like Mario to Plumber.
If you ask me, I'd say they should act responsibly and actually start giving a shit about not only the viewers, but also reviewing the games honestly and fairly. If they can't do that, then I'd say they're better off acting like Joker.
Got no regrets inside of me. Not looking back, not giving up, not letting go. I'll keep on running. I'm gonna reach for the stars.
I doubt I need to say any more, but when it comes to Sonic games, just ignore the critics and try it out for yourself. I'm done and I'll see you next time.
Well, that's the end of that. So, let's see. What did I think about both Transformers Fan and game trailers? Well, Transformers Fan did do a decent job by stating out the flaws of, by stating out some flaws of game trailers' review of Sonic Colors, but he needed more elaboration in some of his examples that he had used. When he used Sonic Rivals and Sonic Unleashed as an example, he never explained how Unleashed's formula is viewed in Sonic Colors, and he didn't talk about how Trial and Error had played the Sonic Rivals series. But despite the fact that Transformers Fan had some flaws in his commentary, at least he was more honest than freaking game trailers' review of freaking Sonic Colors. They seem to have lied when they mentioned that the controls were bad, they said that the soundtrack was annoying, they said that the adult Sonic fans would press the skip button during the cutscenes more often than not. Well, game trailers is basically what Chad Silson 11 had mentioned in his one-shot commentary. In short, game trailers had lied that the cutscenes, controls, and soundtrack in Sonic Colors sucked, and it didn't. And I should know because, like I mentioned before, I got the fucking game right here! Well, that's all for now, so take care, see you later. Transformers Fan, do what you gotta do in your commentaries, but put more elaboration into it, even though it's a Sonic game. And game trailers, you better get your act straightened together, or else I'm gonna be summoning the freaking Hungry Wolf on your ass. Understand?